Fam, I go through superficial shit like everybody else, bruh. This just me taking myself off the pedestal people be putting me on, bruh. Let me just have a real nigga moment with you for a minute. I have superficial struggles like everybody else, and let's talk about some superficial struggles. And and let me further define that. I say superficial in the sense that these are very broad paintbrushes that I think most people deal with when they that what's a better way to say that? This is a large net that catches a lot of fish. That's what I mean by superficial. Deep problems are the real intricate problems between two real individuals, between real individuals and real relationships. Superficial problems is some shit that you could tweet and go viral about. Something goofy like, I got ghosted. Cousin Tripp done got ghosted, bro. Cousin Tripp has ghosted. That's a superficial problem. Me following my purpose doesn't necessarily prevent me from being ghosted, because me following my purpose doesn't make me a better communicator. It doesn't make people communicate better with me. You feel me? Another superficial problem. I've lost interest in women that I thought, hey, she probably dope as fuck. And hey, I get over there, she is dope, but it doesn't align, right? I've had it happen. And now you know, you kind of gotta communicate that and ease on up out of there, right? I've had it happen when women get over here and I'm not the person that they thought. You feel me? Like they thought they was gonna get the clips all the time, and then when it's not all deep or not always intellectual, when I get to making jokes or whatever, like now it's a different thing. So I deal with those type of problems. I think that let me dip into playing the field. I think people have this idea that they can play the field without there being minds in it at all. That is not how this works. That is not how dating works. I wish everybody, no, I don't, but it would sound good if everybody could like marry their high school sweetheart. Like if all of those relationships matriculated into something healthy, something beautiful, something long lasting, and something solid for the family to stand on. It would be beautiful, right? We I guess all would be a little less bitter and have less to worry about. Sure, in this perfect world, that would be great. In this perfect world that y'all be describing on social media, because I promise it only exists there. And in the echo chambers that y'all take these conversations off of social media and inject them into, it would be perfect for everyone who fell in love in high school to, at the age of 25, when their frontal lobe still developed, for them not to be a completely different person, for them to be still compatible completely with the person that they were in relationship with. But that would be great. But that's not the world we live in. The world we live in is rigid. People are often rigid. And relationship requires refinement. Any relationship. Any. Business relationships require refinement should they be long-standing. You have to learn how to be in relationship with one another. That's the refinement process. Familial relationships, especially amongst adults, right? They require refinement, even with your parents, right? You'll hear a lot of people talk about their parents still treat them like a child. That's because the relationship as it stands now requires refinement. You're not the same person, right? And so a romantic relationship, which stands to be one of the longest standing and most intimate relationships you have in your life, my nigga, you really think you could just get through that with no refining, and you think you can get to that point without at least some superficial. Let's do this. Let's plug this into a metaphor, because that's my shit. I like to do that. If we looking at purpose as something to attain at the end, get to the end. And for my traditional folks, you look at your partner, right? Fellas, you looking at your old lady like your helpmeet, which means not only is she in the car, she's helping you navigate to the purpose. Like her purpose becomes synonymous with yours. Y'all are now interwoven together. You helping her accomplish what she called to accomplish, and what she called to accomplish already helps you accomplish what we purposing. We co-purposing in this month. And we on the way. Even if everything is going well, you still got to stop for gas. That's to say the relationship, even when it's going good, still gonna need a source of fuel, right? You got to get something to eat. The two of y'all as individuals gonna still need nourishment. You got to figure out what we listening to. That's to say that the two of y'all still got to be concerned about and do active maintenance on what y'all intaking as a unit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to know when to converse with each other on this long ass trip and when just to let the trip ride, right? Y'all got to figure out how to communicate with each other and figure out y'all's patterns. That's to say that it's going to require refinement, and that refinement, it's not always going to feel good. So there's going to be superficial inconvenience for everybody. I'm hoping I could drive that home, because I really get like a lot of questions when it comes to purpose, when it comes to compatibility, and it comes from a place of people wanting to avoid any type of discomfort on the way to what their goal is in the romantic world. I'm not no relationship coach, bruh. I'm not no therapist. I ain't ever been to couples therapy, but I've talked to married couples. I've talked to people in long-standing relationships, and I'm not talking about fights, y'all. I'm not talking, again, those are heavier things. I'm talking about small things, just learning how to be together. I'm talking about small things, learning how to be with yourself, right? Even with the purpose all in it. Just y'all already know y'all headed towards the same thing. Y'all equally yoked, because that's another thing we always like to talk about on the internet. Y'all equally yoked and all that. It's still gonna be things that cause surface level inconvenience. All right. But let's really talk compatibility though. Another reason I think a lot of folks feel like they should get through the dating world with no scratches, no scars, keep all they clear coat on, no dings, no dents, no nothing, is because they feel like they're so good, they're compatible with everybody. My bad, I know I said I wasn't gonna break the fourth wall, but what's the universal blood type? Is it O? Is it O negative? One of them? Let me look it up and yeah, it is O negative. You feel like you so rich in who you are, even if you following, because I'm gonna get there. We're not gonna go there. You feel like you're such a good person, such a good partner. You so bomb in relationship. You so fire on your own. You so full of this and full of that, that you feel like you just compatible with everybody, which is why you feel like you shouldn't face inconvenience in the dating world. You feel like none of the BS should happen to you.